That's sad, though. So, do you remember living in rain before air conditioning?
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
so.
Yeah. I never slept in air conditioning until probably I got married.
When did you get married?
May 11, 1968.
You remember the date well.
I'll have to. Yeah. In fact, I got this watch when I graduated from high school. I just had it restored. That was in '65. And
Nice
then
one.
I got my car in May of '67. I married in May of '69. I bought my house in February of '72. And I bought my first set of golf clubs probably 25 years ago, so I still got my first watch, my first car, my first wife, my first house, and my first golf clubs.
Did you say 68 or 69?
What, married?
Married.
68.
Okay. Make sure I wrote it right. All my crazy notes. So, what kind of radio programs did you listen to growing up?
Well, basically, we have man, I can't remember. We had KSIG in Crawley. That was, I think, 1450. Then we had KROF in Abbeville. And I'm trying to think, the one in Lafayette was KVOL. It must have been KVOL. Voice of Lafayette, yeah, KVOL. And basically back then you had, they played rock and roll, 50s, top. You had, they didn't play much blues. On Saturdays you had some soul music, black music. That was, trying to think of the name of the show, we listened to that too. That was Paul Tebow and the House Rocker, something like that. THIBEAU. So pretty much listen to the standard music.
Do you have a favorite music artist?
Oh man, yeah, Jimmy Buffett right now.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Buffett.
I got everything that he's ever made. My music moods shift. I really, from a very early age, I was really into the blues, but I discovered the blues through the British rock bands. They would copy back when we were young, the Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters and all of those. They didn't really get much airtime, but the British recording stars would record their music, and then we'd listen to them, and then eventually you realize that that was American music.
That they were copying that style.
Yeah, they were copying it. So,
that's
yeah,
cool.
I have a big music collection, and I have a lot of the early blues artists. Really like that. But to say other than Jimmy Buffett, I mean, I really have everything the Beatles made.
Beatles are great.
Yeah. I just like them all, really. I like the Motown sound. I like, got a bunch of Elvis' stuff. I like music. I can't sing and I can't play nothing, but I just
Neither can I.
yeah.
I love music.
Last time I figured, I think I got about probably 1,300 CDs and about 800 LPs.
Aw.
So got a little room in the house just for that.
That's nice to have, definitely. Your own musical museum
Yeah.
there. So what kind of TV shows did you watch growing up? Did you have a TV?
Oh, well, actually, I was about probably 11 to 12 when we got a TV, and we'd watch mostly comedy. We'd watch Andy Griffith, I Love Lucy, Red Skelton, like Carol Burnett. And we'd always have to watch Ed Sullivan Sunday night. We had the game shows. You had I've Got a Secret. You had, oh man, I can't think of the other ones. To Tell the Truth, that was another one.
Do you remember anything particularly important in the town's development over the years?
Probably the thing that I can remember, I think that helped the city, put the city on the map, besides, the Frog Festival, was the city built that campground back around the Frog Festival area, and that's brought a lot of people into town that sometimes they might have 500, I'm not going to say 500, maybe 500 people, 300 campers. They've got a lot of campers that come. You pass, it's just solid campers, and that's been a big impact on the city. In fact, a friend of mine who has a motorhome, who travels, he goes all over the country, and he travels with a group, and he was someplace a year or two ago, and he was telling me that, somebody asked him where he's from, and he never said Rain, Louisiana, because nobody knows where the hell Rain, Louisiana is. So he said, you say Lafayette. So he said, I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana. And the guy said, Lafayette, is that near Rain? And he said, well, actually, I'm from Rain. Nobody knows where Rain is. He said, how you know? He said, well, we've been to the campground. So, I mean, that has a pretty big impact.
I know how that is. Like, when people say, where are you from? I say, Sulphur. But usually I'll just say Lake Charles, because, most people know where that's at.
Yeah.
Sulphur's
So I think that's probably had the biggest impact on putting Rain on the map. Then this water park goes through the building of water.
Yeah, I've seen the water park going back and forth between Sulphur and Lafayette.
No, they're building one.
Oh, they're building another one?
They're supposed to be building one. There's been about a year or two in the making now. I think like a $70 million water park just outside between Rain and Lafayette, just outside of Rain, really. But I don't know if it's going to go through. But that's going to have a big impact. But other than that, I really couldn't. Rain has never really had anything happen to it that really had a great financial impact, or put it on the map, like I said, other than that park, campground.
So let's go in and start talking about the store, Mervyn Cons. What's your first memory of going to Mervyn Cons?
Man, I've been going there all my life, I guess. I really couldn't. I mean, as a kid, the pneumatic tube was always something fascinating. I guess that's what caught everybody.
The tubes.
The tubes. That was always.
Yeah, they showed us those down tubes.
Yeah.
Those are heavy.
Yeah, well, I think they were made of brass, and I mean, you just suck it up, and that was always fascinating. So, I mean, when I went to work there, I mean, that was the first thing I wanted to try to send something up. Yeah, and I mean, it was just it was fascinating when you walk in there. I mean, no matter what department you'd go in, the hardware, you had everything you wanted. The men's department, naturally, men's, and that was. I don't know if that was the boys' department too. I can't remember where I'd get my clothes. But one thing going in there was always nice. It was air conditioned.
Yeah, I think I might have just gone in there just for the air conditioning.
Yeah. And especially around Christmas time, it was always a big treat to go in there, because there was always a section there where you had in the hardware department.
So they had a big Christmas tree?
I'm gonna say gifts, toys where you could get. I imagine they probably did have some Christmas trees. We didn't, as a kid, we didn't go there very often. Mama would go and
she'd go and do the shopping.
Do the shopping, yeah. But I mean, we'd go in there every so often. It was always fascinating to see the window displays.
They had really nice ones?
Yeah, I always had nice ones, especially around Christmas. They dress it up. Whoever did it did a good job.
So what was your favorite department?
Well,
like if you went in, what one would you go to?
It would have been always the men or the hardware. As when was old enough to go there. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the men's department had the shoes and everything there, so I never had to go much into the. In fact, when you walk through the ladies' department, you kind of
Cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes. You'd go.
I think it's still that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So, what was some of the things that you would buy there?
Oh man, all my clothes. You know, I mean, we had another department store, Wild's department store. We'd buy stuff there, but you had Bella Quality and Mervyn's. You had, as I got older, the hardware department. You had stereophonic equipment. You had music equipment. You had radios. You had anything you needed. You had some tools.
Did they sell like sheet lumber or anything like that?
No, they didn't. I don't know. They never had any lumber. They had appliances. Now it might have, before my time, they might have had some back in the, teens, 20s, and 30s. They might have had lumber, but I couldn't. That was before my time.
So what kind of specialty items did they sell, if you remember?
Well, you had icebox refrigerators. You had. I'm gonna start from the furthest department. Okay, so you had that. You had any household appliances that you needed. You had TVs that I can remember. You had stereos. You had your general hardware. Like you might have had some pipe fittings. Some tools, dishes. Then the next department, you had men's department. In the men's department, you had shoes. You had shirts, suits. You had Stetson hats. They always sold good products. I think the suits you had there were like Hart Schaffner and Marks and Botany 500, which there were some top brands.
So they carried like the best
Yeah,
stuff?
they carried good stuff. Yeah, I would consider it the best. But
did you get your suit for your wedding there? Or did you order it somewhere
actually,
else?
yeah, I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
well, we had tuxedos, but we had the suit. Going away, you left the church. You always had new clothes and new suits, so I bought it there. Let's see. Then you had you had some men jewelry, like cufflinks, stuff like that, men's accessories. Then you had the ladies departments, and they had everything that you needed there. And then you had the dry goods.
Did they sell food? Like, is that
I think at one time they probably did, but not when I was working there. I think at one time they might have had a food department, which I think was in the dry goods. I mean, the hardware department, I think. And then the dry goods, you had all your millinery, I guess you call it, your bolts of fabric. You had, I think you might have had like some curtains and blinds, and then you had, I think back there you had the ladies' shoe department, ladies and kids, and then you had a baby department back there, the infant department. Let me see. I think that's about all I can remember. Then upstairs, that's where the offices were, where the little pneumatic tubes would end up.
Did you ever go up in the office?
Oh yeah.
So did the store ever have like a lunch counter or anything?
No, not when I was there.
Did you, before you started working there, did you go there to hang out? I know you said you went there